Space, time, gravity. It encompasses all. But there's one thing we must all face, and that's death. Now, 2/3 of you will most likely die of natural causes, but 1/6 of you may very well die from cancer. I want you to guess how many grains of salt are here. Take a guess.
200,000.
Roughly 4 million. Now imagine 2 mounds of these. In 2015 alone, 8.8 million lives were lost to cancer. That's about 16.7%. Now let that sink in. 1 in 6 of you. Now this is my grandfather. I never knew him past the age of 9 months old as he died from a form of bone cancer. Many other close friends and family members of mine have developed cancer. Some of them lived to tell the tale, while others were not so lucky. Just within the last 100 years, we've developed new technologies to combat cancer, such as chemotherapy, radiation therapy, along with traditional forms of surgery. However, the answer to curing cancer is not that of chemicals, drugs, or therapy, but that of genetic engineering. For 1,000 years, humans have been modifying DNA. We have, however, molded, shaped, and created entire species to our benefit, either being the slow process of selective breeding or the bombardment of radiation to cells until mutation occurs. One thing that has not changed for decades was the fact that genetic modification took a long time to perfect and was not cheap. But in recent years, that has all changed with the discovery of the CRISPR-Cas9 systems. CRISPR, an acronym standing for clustered, regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats, could very well change how humans live forever. CRISPR is applicable in any organism, as all it needs is DNA and RNA. How the system works is that a specific protein called Cas9 can be programmed by giving a snippet of DNA, where it then makes an RNA copy. From there, the protein can be placed within the cell or it goes to work. Cas9 is extremely precise, as old ways of gene editing can be compared to a map, as Cas9 can be compared to GPS. Within the cell, Cas9 finds a specific DNA that you want to cut, and then it alters the gene, therefore altering the cell, altering the entire organism. In the future, CRISPR could be used to alter a patient's very own immune system, reprogramming the patient's own cells, immune system, allowing it to target and eliminate rogue cancer cells. CRISPR has shrunken the cost of gene editing by almost 99%. While past experiments could take almost a year to complete, CRISPR makes it all possible in a matter of weeks. CRISPR-Cas9 has the potential of being one of the most beneficial discoveries to humankind as we know it. Currently, all human trials and experiments are being done on cancer patients. During this last fall, Chinese scientists performed trials on patients with aggressive lung cancer. Leah Zilin, who handles communications for this team, has not released any concrete data, but stated that everything is going as planned. If that's the case, the potential for more success is very reassuring. And if more positive progress is made, CRISPR very well could be implemented in a wide range of fields. Cancer is still very much a mystery to us. The use of CRISPR may allow us to find the keys to unlock the human body. We know that cancer is a rapid mutation, division, and growth of unwanted cells. We're still unable to figure out why exactly this happens. CRISPR may allow us to identify the specific genes that make this occurrence happen, and with some work, we may very well be able to turn these genes off. CRISPR may allow us not only to learn about our species, but that of others. This simple lobster is not biologically immortal. However, as they age, become stronger, more fertile, and basically become younger as they age. And in the long stretch, we may be able to implement their genes into ours, possibly eliminating cancer and many other genetic diseases. With this, longevity very well could become a reality, as many forms of cancer appear with the onset of aging. Over 60% of all cases of cancer happen over the age of 65. And about 67% of all cancer-related deaths happen over the age of 65. However, hypothetically speaking, cancer can happen to anyone during any time in their life, as some family genes are more susceptible than others. Someone who lives a life with a great diet, nutrition, exercise, but with that one factor alone could make all that worthless, as developing cancer could be an unavoidable outcome. However, if we were to modify these genes and eliminate this, mutated cancer could become obsolete, and this wouldn't be a problem. While the possible benefits of plenty surround CRISPR and what it could do for us as a societal unit, we still cannot disregard the consequences of backlash that could happen if we're not careful. Possibly the biggest problem we have to address may not be that of practicality, but that of ethics. Just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. Some say we might be playing God, but others might say we have the power to perform, so why should we stop? Either way, DNA modification has a high potential for abuse or for greatness. Even though all intended legal use of CRISPR on human patients is extremely limited, especially in the United States, the possibility of some biohacker to get their hands on raw materials to work with CRISPR is very high, as raw materials are readily available online for relatively cheap. Almost anyone with any form of biological background, even someone with a high school education in biology, is capable of conducting these experiments. And if they were to get outside of the lab into our ecosystem, it could be catastrophic for everybody. One thing that we must realize is that once we start modifying ourselves and other organisms, there's almost no way of going back. The gene pool will forever be changed, hopefully for the better, but we must take into account even if it does for the worst. The advancements of CRISPR and gene editing have rapidly changed the whole playing field just within the last decade, allowing expensive experiments to be a fraction of the cost and time. One important problem still remains. The full effect of trials and experiments can take years to find conclusive results. If we act too fast, we may be in a world of hurt. Even if we were to cure all diseases and cancer, our species could become lax and our gene pool could become sparse, lacking diversity. With no diversity, many defects could occur, leading to a whole other field of problems. Everything must be taken with a grain of salt, but everything must be addressed and cannot be ignored. The best way to prevent a problem, as well as fixing an issue, is to be well prepared, as that 1 in 6 number could be 0, because frankly, it just doesn't make any sense. Thank you.